Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for
What month are you in?
January?
No, please don't start this year over.
No, I am fast tracking to the end of this year.
Oh, okay.
We are in 23 already.
All right. I can deal with that.
Anyway, September 5th through the 9th.
We were bragging about how we were going to get all 5 days, and then we didn't get all 5 days. I am sad.
Well, so my son was like, I never thought I'd live to see the day. I was like, honey, she was 96.
But I feel like there are some people that in your brain you can just never see passing away. And she was one of them.
100% one of them but that's us in our age group. For a 20-year-old to say that, I was like, really?
Did you really think she was going to be 190
by the time, I thought she would go over 100.
Yeah.
I think that part of it, when Philip went,
right.
I think that I'm surprised it didn't happen last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just sad and I don't know. It's sad.
It is. She was just like an icon that you'd never thought was going to be gone.
Yeah, like Paul McCartney is never going to die. Or Ringo Starr. I still remember where I was when George Harrison died. I was in the car. I was pregnant with my son. And I was at the stoplight going to work. And the radio announced that George Harrison passed away. And I was like, oh my gosh.
You're such a freak.
I was sitting right here when I found out that Prince died.
I'm surprised that
via
you
text
didn't
message.
Name your son George.
Would have named after John Lennon because he's actually my favorite. I said that I was going to marry John Lennon when I was little.
Aw.
Yeah, I didn't know that he died before I was born.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cute.
Yeah. But I did have the John Lennon bedding set.
Oh my God.
By Carter's.
Oh my God.
I'm not the one who created it.
Okay.
Anyway.
We don't have another time. We don't have time for a trip down.
For another podcast on Shannon's music memories. But we did have on the Port Charles Pipeline, the first official.
Woo!
Sally wrote in about Charlene when we were talking about Serena. Because we kept saying, remember I said, oh, that's who was kissing on Mac.
Yeah.
Or no, Mackin' on Mac. I said Mackin' on Mac.
You really love that word.
That would have been Charlotte, who was Charlie. Charlene is Lucy's aunt.
Oh.
And we talked about her during something.
I remember Aunt Charlene, yes.
That's who it was. And thank you, Sally. She said, enjoying the Serena podcast. Thank you for that, too, because I texted Amanda when I was done editing and said I deserve an award because that was hard to get through material-wise, like to piece it all together and to not get completely... We had too much information.
Right.
Which was great, but we're not going that far into a character that we haven't seen on screen in a very long time. But anyway, Sally said, you mentioned in a recap that Lucy goes to visit Charlene and seemed unsure about who she was. I believe that was her Aunt Charlene.
Yes.
And as soon as I read that, I'm like, yep.
I know Aunt Charlene.
Because Charlotte was Charlie.
Yeah.
So, oopsies. But that's why we appreciate you guys writing
in. That makes me
in.
so happy. Thank you. Because
that means,
now I'm like, yes, I do know who you're talking about.
And people forget things, and we're sitting here and like, I'm not going to call Amanda and say, oh my gosh, we messed this up. We have to re-record that one little second.
Right.
No.
Mm-mm.
Kind of brings us to a little heads up about the Port Charles 411 for this week. The cartel.
It's so much.
But it's good. And I forgot that I had a lot of other stuff going on this week, which also prevented me from releasing a bonus episode I said I was going to. So this week we are going to be doing a fan spotlight with Miranda. And then next week, the following week, we will release the cartel. That should only be a one-parter. I feel like, because it was only really a few months.
Right.
But you have to go to a lot of different...
I'm not going to promise a one-parter for that.
No.
As soon as we say that.
Will depend on how much time I have this week to piece the rest of it together. It's partly done. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it's good. it's hard to get off to stay on track with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are like little things that you kind of have to get off on and piece in, or else the rest of it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I don't think we have anything else.
All right. So then where do you want to start?
Hulu headlines.
All right.
Monday, Portia and Curtis throw Trina a party.
Well, it was very boring, but go ahead.
I know. Tuesday, Taggert refuses Sonny's offer. Are you confused at what that even means?
I am.
Me too. Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about. Okay, go ahead.
Wednesday was Sam and Dante have much to celebrate. And on Thursday, there was no episode because Queen Elizabeth passed away. And on Friday, Sonny and Victor clash.
Yeah.
I will admit, when they sat down together, when Sonny came and sat down with Victor, I went, no. Because I just couldn't picture, like, what are they? And then it made sense. They were talking about Spencer. It just didn't occur to me that Sonny would meet with him.
Right.
But we don't have to get into all of that right now. Let me just double check that was correct. Yeah. Taggert refuses Sonny's offer.
Okay. So Monday, there's a party for Trina. I feel like that was not really the highlight of Mondays.
Well, but I feel like because it was pushed off so much that maybe that was...
Okay. But, I mean, yes, we said that they were going to the party, but that was... I felt like that episode was more about Joss and Dex and, like, will they, won't they? Because they're digging around in a dumpster and then he falls on top of her.
Come on.
My foot stuck. Help.
Do you know what would have... First of all...
Ew.
It would have been better if she was climbing out of the dumpster and he had caught her, and then he's carrying, like, that brief moment that he's carrying her as he's setting her down, they lock eyes for a second.
Yes.
Instead of the old fall on top of each other, literally.
Yeah, and I'm
into
sorry.
The way. I'm
not looking at anyone
he's
romantically
cute, but no.
as I'm in the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm instantly like, oh my God, get up. Ew, is what my reaction would be. There would not be a split second where I'm like, oh. Mm-mm.
Do you know what I was really hoping for, though? I mean, obviously she had to go home and change before she went to the party.
Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping for like a little bit of something to be stuck in her hair. And either Cam or Trina would have been like, yeah, hi, what?
Who were you dumpster diving with?
I literally wrote they dumpster. I mean, I know that that's really what that was.
Yes.
I want to give Curtis the gold star for the week, making sure to follow that underage kids were not drinking.
Yes. Make
Good
sure everyone has a bracelet if they are under 21.
Good business ownership right there.
I didn't see a bracelet on Spencer. Is he supposed to be over 21?
I wasn't looking.
I did not see one on him. Maybe it was pushed up his cuff, but I did not see one on him. So,
now I have to go rewatch the episodes. I actually didn't even pay attention. I don't think Trina had one on either.
Joss did.
Maybe it was just, but they know Joss.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe it was the kids they didn't know.
Right.
But
I feel like Trina didn't for part of the episode and then did later on. So maybe
it would have
like
matched her dress though.
Once the party started or something.
Because it was an orange wristband and it would have matched her dress.
So I can't swear that she didn't have one at all. I think maybe she did halfway through, but I did not see one on Spencer.
But he's of age, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he is or not.
Well, you just said Cam first, and then you said Spencer.
Oh, no. Cameron's not of age. I don't know.
I don't think
if Spencer is or not.
I feel like Spencer's not in the United States.
Right. That's what I was
he and
thinking.
Esme have talked about.
He has drank like on Cassadine Island, but I've never seen him out at a restaurant ordering. And I'm almost positive he didn't have a bracelet. Not that it matters, but Curtis was doing a good job of, we're not having the kids drink here. I wanted them to have special drinks named for Trina, though.
Right.
That we could have copied
like
then.
Mocktails?
Yeah. So I was disappointed with that. Curtis's bartender needs to get on this for us.
I can't even think of anything. Where'd that come from?
And then
Spencer came in as Trina and Rory were kissing. Seriously, Nicolas Chavez could just be in silent movies.
I know.
He is so expressive. Ugh. I'm sorry. The kid breaks my heart.
He does a really good job. Really good job.
And I'm calling him a kid because he is the same age as my child.
Right. But I mean, all that, the rest of that didn't happen until further into the week. Monday was really just like, there's the party. And then the Joss stuff was going on. I feel like was it Monday that was Sasha?
I felt like a lot of them, it was these storylines as they progressed over the week.
Yeah, that would make sense. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked the party as the highlight. I would have picked Sasha as the highlight because Sasha and Lucy
No,
met.
that was not on Monday, I don't think.
No?
I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh. What was Tuesday's headline?
Taggert refuses Sonny's offer.
What was...
I don't know.
Did they mean Curtis?
Well, because Curtis and Sonny had words.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think they mean Curtis because I don't recall.
Hulu's messing up Trina's daddy.
I think
already.
so. I think so. Because
Okay.
I do not recall Taggert saying really anything to Sonny.
Neither do I. I thought that he and Trina talked and he's like, yeah, I'm going to get going. By the way, Haven Bistro is the name of that little place that they always have coffee at.
Oh, okay.
And I did look it up. They actually named it and it was in 2018.
Okay.
But I've never heard them actually, not that I recalled.
Right.
Because remember we always said, we're like, is that another place or is that like a back room in Kelly's that we don't know about?
Right.
You know, no, it's an entirely different location.
I do. I think that they mixed up names because I don't remember Taggert and Sonny having any kind of conversation that Taggert was offering Sonny anything.
That Sonny was offering.
Sonny that was offering.
Taggert. Because what would he have been offering?
Right. No, it was Curtis because Curtis is still upset that Sonny wouldn't do the background check on his dad.
Yeah.
And Sonny was like, hey, can't we clear the air? Like, we're not really going to stop being friends over that one thing, are we?
Right.
And Curtis is like, yeah, because I thought we did favors for each other. And it turns out it's only one way. I do favors for you and you wouldn't do favors for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then his dad jumped in and was like, Sonny, is there a problem? Do
Right.
you need to leave? Blah, blah, blah. And then Sonny went and hung out with Miss Wu.
Yeah.
I loved Miss Wu's dress.
Oh,
She looked
that was beautiful.
And
Yes.
she was in the opening credits that one day.
yes. Oh, there was somebody else that was recently in the opening credits that I don't remember who was added.
That I don't know. I'm sorry. I was excited for Miss Wu.
It was after Leo. Somebody was added. Oh, okay. It's going to drive me crazy.
Austin's cousin?
No.
Dex?
No. We don't have to go through everybody. Oh, maybe it was Cody. Is Cody in them? I don't know.
I don't know.
Just ignore. I'm
Sorry.
sorry for the last 5 seconds of your life. But, okay, so we're both on the...
Yeah. If you know what they're talking about, please let us know because now I really want to know, but not
Yeah.
so much that I'm going to go back and watch them because I'm not.
Mm-mm.
But I do not think this is about Taggert
No.
at all.
Nope.
Okay.
So we're just going to correct Hulu.
Yeah. Hulu's.
Curtis refuses Sonny's offer.
Yeah. That has to be what it is.
And then the letter actually fell from Spencer's jacket.
I can't believe Trina gave it back to him. No. It has my name on it. I want to read it.
I can't believe he burned it. That's sad.
He burned it, and it wasn't like in a fireplace where they normally burn things that only half the letter burns. It might actually all burn up.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
that was okay because Trina found out everything that the letter said, basically, anyway.
And how did that happen? Oh, Shannon called it.
It was so good. Ava's like, look, I'm not sure why you don't know this already, but I'm just going to tell you.
I mean, she kind of called her out on, like, are you blind?
Yes.
Like, do you not see?
I think that was my favorite moment of the week because Trina's
Yeah.
like, what? And she's like, come on. How do you not know it?
And I feel like we've discussed this before about Mara West specifically, but she is so naturally beautiful. Like, she is gorgeous whenever they doll her up and everything. But I like when they have her.
Oh, yeah.
She is just...
Yeah. I mean, she's beautiful no matter what, but I feel like sometimes they overdo it. I like her with her more natural look.
Yeah. But yeah, so Trina went to see Ava and
Yeah.
Ava gave her all the details.
I love the fact that Nicholas went to go in and they're like, no, sorry, sir. And then Trina's like, maybe she just doesn't want visitors right now. And the guard's like,
no,
no, go ahead. You're fine.
Right.
So she walks right in. And yeah, Nina's like, girl, you can't really be that blind. Let me tell you what happened. And she laid it all out for her about how much Spencer cared and that he wasn't telling her because he didn't want to complicate her life. But at the same time, she has a right to know. And that half the Esme stuff was just for pretend and all of that. So,
Well, and Cam even told Spencer earlier in the week when Spencer was telling him about the letter. And he's like, that is the most non-stupid idea you've had.
Right.
Or I think he said that's the only not stupid idea that you've had.
Something
I'm
like that.
The entire plan was not stupid.
And then whenever Cam told Jocelyn about it, she was like, oh, that's actually a good idea for once.
Yep. Oh, that was William Lipton's band.
I know.
The Runarounds.
That was very cool. I like when they use on-set talent. That was awesome.
But I thought that was cool because, I mean, we've seen William Lipton sing, but to actually bring in his band. Although I'm curious, how does Cameron have time to be in a band?
I mean, he has to have some kind of stress relief, so...
But that's why him sitting up in his room, writing all those songs by himself, and we've always seen him as a solo performer.
Right.
But
maybe it's something new this year.
Joss is all upset about the fact that he has no time because he's working 2 jobs to take care of his brothers and stuff, yet the band has never been mentioned as, and he joined a band.
Maybe she doesn't have a problem with band, but she does with his working. I don't know. Teenage girls don't have to make sense, so it doesn't have to all go together.
True.
But yeah, that was what they were highlighting this week, of her not telling Cam about who was in the dumpster with her.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And then Rory was assigned to take Spencer to Pentonville.
I feel like that was...
We just had some new cops show up. Like, why?
Yeah.
But he said that he was going to get him work detail.
He was being very nice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
There was no one even there to say goodbye to him. I'm really surprised that Cam wasn't there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe he's rehearsing with his band.
And then Trina had to rush and booked it there. And
yeah, that's going to be complicated with Rory, though, because he's like, yeah, that transfer already happened. Why are you running in here to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Poor
Show up to your
Trina.
boyfriend's work to say bye to the man who loves you.
Yeah.
That you said on the stand that you're over.
Mm-hmm.
But you were lying to yourself. She didn't know she was lying.
Thank you for analyzing his teen feelings for us. She's just confused.
Oh, but how cute was Rory asking Jordan for advice on Taggert, though?
Yes.
And Jordan being like, yeah, I can't tell you how to schmooze him, but he's a big Buffalo Bills fan. Is that what she said?
I think it was Buffalo Bills, but I won't swear to it. She did mention.
I mean, the Bills make sense for location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Buffalo Bills was Scott, and that's what Dominique left him. Could have been. Didn't write it down.
Yeah, I don't know. Some sports team.
Maybe it's actually Real's favorite team that they mentioned.
Oh, that would be cute.
That would be cute.
I, again, was happy that he was actually there for an important storyline.
Yes. Maybe he's here to stay.
I hope so. Unlike, oh my gosh, Michael every other day still. Although all this week, I feel like it was Phil and Michael.
Oh, yeah. Since middle of last week.
Yeah. I'm not complaining. I like the way that each one of them plays it.
Yes.
They each bring something different to the canvas. But when it goes this long, I feel like I want temporary Michael to finish out whatever storyline we're going with. And obviously, Willow's storyline is going to be months and months and months. So
right,
that's not going to happen.
Similar to how they did Brook Lynn. I mean, it was truly, there was a turning point when Amanda Sutton came back.
Yes.
But that was a little bit different because she had a baby, so there was a timeline.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know why Chadul...
I don't know.
Not getting into it, I don't know.
Right. No, I don't know.
Kind of forgot to look. At this point, I'm just like, it's the same thing with Taggert. It's like, all right, here we are.
Right. Maybe he's off doing vacation.
Like, maybe he's off doing some other things. Maybe he's making a movie.
Right.
Who knows?
I selfishly just don't like the fact that it doesn't get to finish out the story. But I like that they brought Nelle back.
I know, that was...
Yeah. I'm like, Nelle, oh wait,
who do you think would win in a fight, Nelle or Esme?
Like a physical fight?
Yes. Ooh, let's go with verbal too. Physical fight first.
Physical, I think Nelle, but verbal, I think Esme.
Okay.
Because I don't think that Nelle's as clever as she thinks that she is. But Esme is a little more clever with her hurtful things.
Okay.
But physically, I feel like Nelle could kick some butt.
Okay.
I thought it was funny that Willow is thinking of Nelle, and Carly remembers that it's been 2 years since Nelle, and Michael's like, I don't know why she's so upset. What's today?
I feel like you would not forget the day that the mother of your child died.
Right.
Even if it was a difficult...
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's kind of like not the same, but the same as much as you don't want to remember anniversaries of things with other people, when someone says the date, you're like, oh, yeah, okay. You don't, like, it's not in your planner, and you could go through the whole day and not recognize the day, but then someone says, oh, it's September, blah, 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 and your brain's instantly like, oh, that was my anniversary of such and such, or someone else's death, even, like in your family or whatever. Like, those are just days that get in your brain, and I think your baby mama would be pretty important.
Quite possibly. Especially her death.
Right. Well, your mom was the one accused of killing her. Come on.
But so Willow had a nightmare that Nelle killed Carly and Michael.
All I was thinking about during that scene was that the boy that plays Wiley must be very confused because he's spent all these months calling Willow mommy, and then they're like, here, hold this other lady's hand and she's going to take you off. And he's like, bye, mommy. How did they explain that scene to him? He's a very good actor, especially for how young he is and everything.
Yeah.
But I just wonder with kid actors, do they ever ask, like, wait a second, I thought that was my mommy. I don't understand.
Right. I don't know. That'd be really funny, especially where we've heard so many times that they do it in one take. If the kid was like, wait, what?
Exactly.
I want that blooper
You're
reel.
not my TV mommy. You're my TV mommy.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, again, the shot went perfectly well and
Yep.
the kid did what he was supposed to do, but that was what my thought was,
But Michael promised Willow that she's not going to have any stress during her pregnancy.
Right.
Dude, you cannot promise to never have any stress.
First of all, pregnancy in itself is stressful. Having a toddler is stressful. Being a nurse is stressful. Like, what are you talking about?
Being in a relationship
Is stressful? Yeah,
It's all stressful.
exactly.
Even if you're used to it.
Right. He could have
You know-
said, I promise to do whatever I can to make everything as stress-free as I can. Or if there's anything I can do to take some of the pressure
Right.
off of you or something. But
Offer to step into this relationship that you have.
I promise you're never
Be
going to
the
be
other half
stressed
of it.
out. No, Michael. Not even you can do that. I don't care if it's regular Michael or recast Michael. Neither one of you have that power.
Oh, but Carly is going on the trip.
Yeah?
Are we just missing? I'm so confused by everything that's happening. And Drew wasn't even on this week. So I don't know. But yeah, I guess she's going on the trip.
I feel like now she's taking the trip just to give herself space from Drew.
True. Quite possibly, yeah.
So then does that mean that we're going to get to see some clips of the trip and he's going to happen to show up? And then,
yeah, he's suddenly got the week off.
Yeah.
And they're on I don't know if Aruba has white beaches. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, she's going to have probably like a really cute blue
Bathing suit
with like the wraparound thing.
That'll be cute.
I wonder if they'll do that ombre thing that they love to keep her in.
Maybe.
Because she has that blue
Yes.
ombre sweater.
She does look
that we
really
talk
good
about.
in blue. That is definitely her color.
Yes. Ooh, but at the grave.
Oh my gosh.
I actually thought that Willow and Nina were going to have a slight bonding moment until Nina opened her mouth.
When it was Nina and Nelle, I was like, okay, I like Nina. Right now, I like Nina. Put it on record. That interaction was great. And then Willow walked in and she went right back to her, wah, after she had just stood up to Nelle and been like, no. We don't want to use the bad things that have happened to us to manipulate the situation. That's not an excuse. That's not how it would go.
Meanwhile, that's what she does do
All
a lot
the time.
But I
And-
thought that was finally getting through to her.
Exactly.
Also, like it was, oh shoot, I do that.
Mm-hmm. And then Willow walks up and she's like, right back to cry baby. You don't understand how I feel.
I did like that though. That Nelle was like, we could have taken them down.
Yes.
We could have done all the things.
We would have
and-
hid Wiley from Michael, and you taking Sonny from Carly is just brilliant.
Well, because
and blah,
Nelle
blah,
was
blah.
kind of calling Nina out on
Mhm.
being more like her,
Yep.
where Nina's had it in her head that she could have quote, saved Nelle this entire time. Because I think that she always says Nelle was broken.
Right.
She doesn't see that she's just as broken.
Mhm.
She's
Yep.
not perfect.
Right. Nelle was not like, oh, if you would have been my mom, I
Right.
would have been, walking around with my cute little outfits and hair and pigtails and living the life. She's like, oh no, we could have been evil together
Mommy
and it would
and
have
me
been
manipulators.
great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought that Nina for a second was going to get it, especially because her conversation with Willow did start out good. Willow
Mhm.
was like, I understand. Like, I don't get it, but I understand because yeah, it's still your child that you lost and you can mourn the relationship you thought you were going to have with them
Mhm.
and all of that other stuff. And then boom, she just like that switches the switch and is like, ugh, yeah, you're a jerk. You were so awful to my daughter, blah, blah, blah.
And Nelle took away Willow's ability to actually grieve her son. I mean, she had already grieved when giving up for adoption. But
Right.
to actually grieve, she thought that her son was alive
Exactly.
and being well loved and cared for. But Nina doesn't seem to understand that. But I absolutely loved that Nelle was showing her that she's actually on her level
Mm-hmm.
and not the high pedestal that she thinks
Yep.
that she is.
And then Carly walked in and was like, all
Mm.
right, Willow, just go home because this is not healthy for anyone. And then again, Nina wanted to make it all about her. Carly, you just don't like me because I stole your husband and you're so awful to Nelle whenever she didn't even do anything to you. And Carly's like,
That's
what
what
are
she's
you
like, let me
talking
give you
about?
the checklist.
Yeah. What do you mean she didn't do anything to me? Are
She
you
tried
crazy?
to kill my son. Yeah. So Nelle has to stay dead. Can we just throw it out there? However, I am totally fine with if they start having Nelle haunt Nina.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if that does get her, okay, so what we need is Nelle to haunt Nina, Nina to have the mental break,
Mm-hmm.
and get the help that she needs again to get her head on straight about the reality of she would not have, oh, who brought up Madeline? Nelle brought up Madeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And she's
she
like,
said
if Madeline could do that to you, then you could probably have done that to me.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Nina ever like really considered, because she's like, and the reason I think that you could do that is because look at all these other things that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
You're more like Madeline than you probably realize, even though she might not be drugging people. And
I mean, not yet. She hasn't been pushed to that point.
Right.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. But yeah, Nelle has to stay dead now. They can still have Esme come back because those were all just dreams.
Yep.
But Nelle was a full-on ghost.
And I really don't feel like they truly are trying to erase Nelle from. I feel like if in a couple years, when they can actually, we've already talked about that kid's going to have the internet.
Right.
Or whatever they're going to have. He's going to be able to look up, oh, gee, my mom killed her first fiance and then tried to kill my dad, and the woman that I call mom, she kidnapped her, like, you know, she didn't kidnap her son, but like, you know, that whole baby swap thing, you know. She slashed Brook Lynn's throat.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to find this stuff out.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Brook Lynn's throat, she said it was the year anniversary since she lost her voice.
2-year
anniversary since she lost her voice, sorry.
Which I can't believe how quickly that's gone.
Yes. And then was asking Sonny for the hookup. And I liked that Chase stood up and was like, Sonny, I totally appreciate you, but I can't have you calling in favors for me because I still want to be a cop someday again.
Yep.
And then Nina was like, well, I can call in favors with Curtis because we're best friends.
But I like the fact that they remember that Nina and Curtis are friends.
I do too.
They used to be really good friends, and I liked them.
I like them as friends, and I like that they remember that. But then I also felt like it was weird with the whole Sonny interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like either Curtis would have said, Sonny, I'm respecting that you're here as Nina's date and we're not getting into all of this. Or he would have walked up and been like, Nina, I'm sorry, the invitation was for you, not a +1. There wouldn't have been this like back and forth weirdness.
Right.
And then Miss Wu showing up too. I don't think she would have shown up to that party. Like they're supposed to be secret partners.
Yeah, because she kind of spilt to Sonny that she was there
in cahoots
to see how Trina. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
It had all been hush hush, meeting in the park, meeting in the car, and whatever. And now we're showing up at a party. Like,
didn't she and Sonny have it out where he was like, you cannot be lying to me? And like, we have to be, didn't they have that?
I don't have a problem with them having the conversation. I have a problem with them having the conversation in the middle of the Savoy when a party's going on.
Yeah. Okay. You mean in a public place? They shouldn't be having
in a more than
secret
public place. In a public place that the police commissioner is at, that there's, Taggert is at, that there's...
Is he a detective still?
I don't know if he's still a detective, but he has...
I forget what
police
happened.
background, that Rory is there. Like, why don't you just stand up on stage and be like, yo, I'm doing some bad stuff and Curtis is helping me out, just so everyone's clear.
Yep. Because I thought that he got his badge back after they found out why, because he ran to the hideout house after he got shot.
I would have thought that he was...
Or was that all pre-COVID and then
know.
they kind of got lost in the middle?
That could have
got lost. Are we
lost.
adding to storyline that where? What does Taggert do? Continue.
Storylines that never went anywhere. We suddenly remembered Aunt Stella and the divorce papers. And it all just came back to her right like that.
Because of the word mail.
Yeah.
No. But then how dumb does Curtis and Jordan sound? Hey, did you have to
get the divorce papers? I don't know if
I don't recall if that ever happened.
You kind of want a final copy of your divorce papers. Ridiculous. I'll go through my mail.
And then Jordan's like, I was kind of busy with the whole kidney thing. I feel like you still would have.
Opened your mail?
Maybe.
Sitting in a hospital bed, you still
If
open your
not,
mail.
why are both of them not like getting collection calls all the time because you paid your bills?
Exactly.
You should have noticed the big packet, the nice blue packet that Amanda wants.
Exactly. Yeah, it would have come in a substantial size envelope. I don't understand. And no one's going to question when they realize that it hasn't been filed how or why. That was Aunt Stella's first thing that she said. Oh, congratulations. Did you guys actually give your divorce papers? You might want to make sure you have those before you apply for that license. If you...
I don't know.
Well, I guess it's the reverse. But when I announced to you that I was engaged to Ryan, you weren't like, did you get your divorce papers?
No, I wasn't. I was just like, I assumed.
Yeah.
That.
If you would have asked that, I'd have been like, what is wrong with you? That is a very odd question.
Yeah.
So, Aunt Stella, that was not natural to ask. And I'm not sure why no one's putting that together. But Jordan's not going to put it together.
And not in that way.
Right. Maybe, 3 weeks from now or so. Oh, you guys have that appointment on Friday? Did you need help finding your divorce papers?
You just moved.
Something.
Have you
yes.
Have it be something like that. That's what he could have been digging through his new office at the new house. And he's like, I can't believe I can't find them. Everything got everything. That box that you just lose during a move.
Yes, exactly.
And if he had said, oh, it might have gotten lost, but still that timeline still does not add up because it's been
right
a long time.
But that would have been way more believable than just Aunt Stella being like, whatever. But Jordan's not going to think about it because she is now on this whole DNA testing kit.
I know.
Which is funny because we just brought that up.
Job. They're listening to us and wrapping up these storylines.
I'm just saying, it was just a couple weeks ago that we were like, wait, remember she had other family there and nothing happened with that. Well, there you go.
Yep. But Jordan did a good job of kind of bringing that up with Trina. I thought that wasn't
that was not super suspicious because she got to say, I'm working on this case about it, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever done one? That's really interesting what they do with these kits these days. That's a normal conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. Jordan's way more slick than Stella.
This week.
Yeah. I guess we have to add that disclaimer.
Jordan won. Stella, slightly on the non-DNA part though, when Brook Lynn called Sonny her favorite non-biological uncle and his second life's lover or partner. I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
Sorry, we can move on from there. I was just like, oh no, that's kind of DNA-ish. But no, I thought that was...
I just love Brook Lynn with Sonny and her interactions with him.
Uncle Dimples. I think that's a little weird.
It's a little...
That's kind of saying Uncle Hottie.
Yeah.
That's like Daddy.
Oh, stop.
Uncle Daddy Hottie.
Stop.
Dimples.
Stop. Stop.
Uncle Hottie, Daddy McDimples.
No.
Or McHottie. Dimples McHottie?
No.
Or Hottie McDimples?
None. No.
Which one?
Just shutting it all down.
Which one do you prefer?
No. I don't think they're going to have Nina go crazy because it's Sasha's turn to go crazy. But I hate what
they're doing, but I love the actress.
I like, and we've talked about this before. I use the word crazy loosely because it's not crazy. She's obviously dealing with the death of her son, and it is a huge emotional thing that she needs to handle and process her feelings and all of that. So I don't mean it like the way that it sounds, but you guys already know that from the way that I use the word crazy.
Unless you're new to the show, in which case,
well, there's
Amanda's explanation is how she uses that word.
Yes. So,
and welcome.
Yes, thanks for listening. I like that she is going quote unquote crazy from the mental side of it instead of the drug use side.
Yes.
Because you obviously have different reactions to different drugs and they can make you behave different ways. But what started Sasha's drug use was feeling overwhelmed and life events. And this quote unquote crazy that she's feeling right now is all due to the loss of her son that she did not have time to grieve properly.
Right. I think this happened on Monday was Brando talking to TJ.
Okay.
I think that was Monday and Brando is just devastated and TJ's like, why are you telling me this and not your wife?
Yes.
I mean, he was listening as a friend and he's and I think that he was like being a good sounding board and he's like, listen, the way that you're saying things right now is a good explanation. You're not trying to control her. You're not trying to take over her life. You're just trying to make sure that she gets the best care that she needs until...
Right, without going to prison. Like, we're
Right.
trying to save her from prison, because if you're having a mental health issue, prison is not the answer.
Yeah. But first she offered to take a step back during the fall and winter campaign. And then...
She was getting angry even with that, though. And then when Lucy was like, no, I'm not sure that you have a place in front of the camera for deception, she lost it.
And that person videotaping her.
And I obviously know from everything that's on the internet that people are like that, but I would never think of recording something like that, even if it was a famous person.
If you're sitting right next to them, you start hearing them get loud. I don't think I would either, because I think I would just be like, what is happening right now?
Right. I'd be discussing it. Like, if we were at lunch, I would be like, do you see that?
Wait a second. You can have a conversation without a phone?
You can.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I feel like if we were at lunch, my phone would be in my back pocket, because I do keep it on me on vibrate, so that if the kids text or call me, I can look and see who it is. And if it's just like somebody stupid, then I don't answer it.
Or someone that doesn't just need answered right that second.
Right. But usually it's my kids or telemarketers, so that's the only people that call me. But anyway, yeah, my first reaction would not be, oh my gosh, look, there's a celebrity having a bad day, let me videotape it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want someone videotaping me. I mean, I've never had an outburst in a restaurant like that, but if I did, I really would appreciate if no one tapes it, please. But unfortunately, that's the way the world is.
I absolutely agree, yeah.
I mean, it was very real life that he whipped out his phone. I just felt so bad for Lucy, because she was trying so hard. Like, keep your voice down. It's okay, blah, blah, blah. And she just flipped.
Yeah.
But maybe those people feel bad and delete the video whenever they saw her fall into Brando's arms and be like, I need help.
I know. That I was glad that happened, though.
Yeah.
That she was
admitting that this was just all too much. So
I was a little upset with Lucy, though, when she was like, you met me in public so that I don't cause a scene. Lucy should know by now, when Sasha gets to that point, it does not matter if it is public or not, and it can be triggered by a small thing, and it's not a consistent thing. It's when her stress gets to that level.
Yeah, I would have asked to go to her house. It should have been more
intervention style. Yeah. With maybe Brook Lynn and Maxie there also to help maybe try to, mediate and Kevin could have been there.
That would have been very helpful too. Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been more intervention style and not middle of.
And if she wanted to do it someplace private, or not someplace private, someplace public, I would have chosen like Kelly's or something where it's a little noisier and you can be a little bit louder or whatever. The fancy restaurant was like, not only could she not react like that or shouldn't react like that, but really not even raise your voice, because it was so quiet in there. And you should know that was shocking enough that, even, again, quote unquote, not
on
crazy,
national TV.
Right. Is going to be like, what?
She's going to have thoughts.
Yeah.
Strong
in the middle
emotions.
of the restaurant. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I think you can only have one people at Shady Brook, which they continue calling Shady Brook, even though it was wrong. Shadow Brook back in the day.
100%. Get yourself a copy of the scrapbook. Go watch the videos.
Yeah.
It was Shadow Brook.
Yeah. Felicia said it like several times to Maxie, and I'm like, that's wrong. You were wrong. Why is she telling Maxie she thinks that is Mac's son before she tells Mac?
First of all, Maxie's face was, I thought that was probably one of the most.
Well, that was
like, wait, what?
That was really funny, because she's like, if I wasn't already involved, and Felicia's like, no, you could not go there.
Yeah.
So that was a great conversation, but I still think I'd say to Mac, hey, I think that's your kid, before I said it to our daughter.
And Mac knows that that's what she's been hinting at, but the words have not been said.
Yeah.
Just poor Mac. Oh, okay.
I did. I felt bad for him, because he's like, I don't know that I even want to know at this point. Like, what are we going to do about it now?
But when Maxie let him know, like, how much, he shut up.
Oh, and here's the part of the podcast where she even cries. Go ahead.
I thought it was sweet when he was like, I don't care about having a blood child, and she was like, yeah, we know, it was, you were a great dad. So I'm not going to cry. I just thought it was sweet.
She was tearing up, you guys.
But I love that they're using Mac instead of just being the police commissioner fill-in or
Right.
the little sideline, because he is an interesting character. We just talked a lot about him during different times.
Right.
He can do more than bartend.
He can.
Or be a police commissioner or a ventriloquist.
He looked very handsome whenever he went to the hospital with his glasses on and his hair freshly cut and his nice outfit.
It was a little awkward how he was asking, but also still
He was trying to be policey, but...
Yep, but Britt put it together.
Oh, heck yeah. She's like...
And she's like, wait a second, I was there when you guys were talking, and...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm glad that they're using him because, I mean, when he stood there stone-faced as Cody's talking about Dominique, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to now, I think it's really good.
Yes.
I don't know. Felicia seemed weird this week. I don't know if it was just...
She was kind of extra flighty. Like...
Yes!
When Maxie said, sorry, the babysitter canceled at the last minute, she's like, I'm always the babysitter. I am here. And I was like,
no, you
down.
really haven't. There's a reason why Mac was their consistent parent.
Yes, exactly. And I don't care how much you love your grandkids. Grandparents are not always just on standby to take over. Not that they should be.
No.
They need to have their own life.
No,
also,
they're allowed to have lives. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like she lived next door just waiting for the moment to watch those kids or something. And I'm like, no, that's not
and
how
James
that's gone.
was at Lila's kids. What time of day were we?
Right.
I thought it was the evening. I had
too.
a feeling it was more evening. I could have been wrong because there's no windows in her apartment, so I don't know.
Well, maybe it is an evening camp. There are some camps.
Maybe it's now
like a lot of the vacation Bible schools.
Yeah, they're
during
in
the summer were
Yeah.
in the evening because parents can't get them there during the day.
Yeah.
So maybe they changed Lila's kids. I always thought it was supposed to be like instead of daycare, you sent them to Lila's kids during the day.
Yeah.
But maybe they changed it. I don't know.
Well, they lost a lot of their counselors when they wouldn't let Joss and Cam do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maybe you're right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Anna and Robert hanging out at the grave, not even talking about the fact that there was paint all over Peter's headstone.
Yeah, they did because she asked him if he did it.
Oh, I missed her asking that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed her asking that. I thought they just, were sitting there talking about everything, and I'm like, no one's acknowledging that? All right. Sorry, I missed
She
that.
asked him, and he was like, no.
I liked that all his contact info was called his little black book.
I know. And he's like, it'll never be hacked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, you're right.
Yes, very smart. It's like all this new technology, but I just have my little book, and it's all good. But then they talked about Emma and said she's in college again.
Yeah, so she's
blah,
totally
blah,
coming
blah.
back.
Yeah. I hope so.
Think
that
she's
would
suddenly
be
going
really
to come
good.
to college in New York? She'll transfer for the fall session?
Do you think that she's who's going to help break up Cam and Joss?
No, it's going to be Dex.
No, but I mean, when they break up, then Cameron will
find Cameron will turn to Emma, but Joss is going to break
and then he can turn to Spencer and be like, haha, I finally got her, because this is actually the girl we were fighting over.
Oh, Spencer's at Townie this week.
Yes, he did.
Ew, and then they had Victor rubbing lotion all over Lucy.
Oh,
and she's talking about the UV rays. I really wanted them to have him make some kind of a weather joke. I was just waiting for it.
Okay.
Maybe not to have all these UV rays if they had just let us. I don't know. Sorry.
I could just hear whatever kind of corny joke he would make
but
about
that's what I'm saying.
wouldn't have global warming if you guys had let me freeze the earth
Right,
I wanted
maybe
to.
my brother was onto something.
Anyway, yeah, that was first of all, I thought it was weird that she was asking the pool attendant to do it, because have you ever asked a stranger?
No.
Maybe if it was spray.
I'm not that fancy, but no.
I'm not that fancy, but okay, if there was, if I had no one in my family around and I had the spray, I might be like, hey, would you mind just catching my neck for me, please? Because I can't get down here. But lotion, can you rub this all on me? No.
We only went to the lake beach once this summer. And my husband was spraying himself all over, and this kid comes up and he's like, hey, can I hit some of that? And I'm like, it's not lotion. But it was the spray stuff. And he's like, I forgot mine. And
I'm glad that he asked for it, because that's a constant fight in my house of sunscreen. Yeah, that was just weird. I've never asked a stranger or an employee somewhere to rub suntan lotion on me. That's very odd. And then she didn't realize the handoff between him and Victor's like, oh, I'll rub you down with lotion anytime or something.
I just thought of something. Is this an age thing that we call it suntan lotion instead of sunblock? Because I grew up with, you had like,
I call it sunscreen.
right. But suntan lotion was like,
The
you
tanning
used it.
oil.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if people younger than us, maybe like 10 years younger than us or so, because we were raised where it was still you rub oil all over yourself and you sit outside and bake.
Right.
That is a no-no now.
No.
I don't know if is it still called suntan lotion ever? Or is it just sunblock? Sorry, side.
We just call it sunscreen in our family.
You just said suntan lotion, and I don't know how that never crossed my mind.
I don't know.
I
don't know. Maybe it's a who I'm talking to, because obviously you're an adult. So maybe that's the conversation, because I know for a fact that when I'm talking to Madeline, I'm like, go get the sunscreen.
Right.
So
now I'm curious.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask our friend who is...
Our friends that don't know who Doogie Howser is.
I never asked her if she knows who Doogie Howser is.
We asked one of our interviews.
Oh, we asked an interview, but not. I'm talking about our mutual friend
that
we asked.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It's one of those things that it makes sense that, it was Hawaiian Tropic.
The
little brown bottle is what I used all the time.
I never used that. My mother-in-law or ex-mother-in-law still uses that. And I'm like, please stop putting oil on your body. That is not healthy. Sunscreen all day, every day. I never put on oil. I burn well enough. I don't need help. Thank you.
You're very fair. So
yeah.
All right. Back to GH.
Now that you've had your PSA on sunscreen.
So far we have who would win in a fight, Nelle or Nina, or Nelle or Esme, physical and mental. Should he be Uncle Daddy or Daddy Uncle McDimples Hottie or whatever I said earlier?
That's
and now
not part of
call it sunscreen or suntan lotion. And what is your age?
You also said sunblock in there.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as sunscreen, I feel. I feel like those two are interchangeable.
It is the same, but I don't think I've ever called it sunblock.
But I feel like those two mean the same thing. But
yeah. Oh, definitely.
We don't have to have an entire conversation. Okay, anyway, you know where we're going if you are a certain age, I guess.
Right.
Or I could be wrong and people still call it that. And yeah, whatever. Anyway.
We should have random polls. Like,
people like, what are these girls talking about?
What random conversation did Amanda and Shannon have this week? And where are you on their poll?
There's a lot of things that we've said that we would do that have not happened.
Yeah.
Ouch. We'll get there one day.
We have a whole lifetime.
Valentine and Alexis, he asked for her not to bring the Cassidines into the search for Ava's assailant via the invader.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like her marriage to a Cassidine kind of brings that in.
Yeah.
Organically. But I love their relationship as cousins.
It was very cute. He was like, maybe next time we can actually eat lunch together.
He paid for her lunch.
Yeah.
I thought that was sweet.
Maybe
she's
next
like, that would be nice.
We can actually do it together instead of you walking out after.
He's such a gentleman.
He is. Did you see the picture on Instagram, Facebook, whatever this week of him on his wedding?
22nd anniversary. Happy anniversary, James Patrick Stewart.
I was like, I wonder if Shannon's like printing this picture and cutting his wife out and putting herself in it. Am I going to walk in and on her desk is going to be a wedding picture of Shannon?
Mm-mm. No. I just appreciate him as a person.
Look for our new book, Paper Dolls of General Hospital, starring Amanda and Shannon, where we get to place ourselves with the leading men. This is Amanda and Jagger back in the 90s.
We'll get our old Ken and Barbie and put our faces and just interchange them. You can get those little adhesive glue dots, but like have like little laminated faces.
Just like Velcro pieces. Anyway, I swear we were not consuming any alcoholic beverages during this podcast.
Nope.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. Ooh, Sonny told Cody to leave Spinelli alone.
Yes. And he was like, okay, I won't cause any more trouble. I'm sorry.
I would have loved, though, if when Sonny brought over that lasagna, he had said, I remember how much you love this.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, that whole interaction was just ew.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad that you guys found each other and that you're happy and blah, blah, blah. And the whole time I'm like, you have been in both their beds. Father and son. This is gross. Please stop doing this.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Like in that same penthouse. You were
That's what I was
with Sonny's child in that penthouse.
Yeah, because that's when she was staying with Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you moved on to Jason.
Or was that across the hall?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Jason.
Okay.
And then you moved in with Jason and lived a whole life there, and now you're moving Dante and his family in.
Hey.
I'm sorry, that feels weird.
Oh, but I did like that Cody bought Rocco a horse game.
Yes.
I thought that was cute. Yeah, we don't have to get into all that.
Mhm.
You guys all know our feelings about...
Right, and there was no part of it that, like, was an actual move the storyline along, other than they finally moved in together.
I did like his hello, goodbye in Italian
She did not.
doormat. I know.
It's like, I'll take it. That is very cute.
Yeah. I have a cute one. It's a Beatles one. And it says, hello, goodbye.
It is cute. I will give you that.
In my Beatles basement.
So,
yes.
I'm not the Beatles fan that you are, but you're welcome. That is cute.
And then Mason goes to see Austin and says that he needs to go back. I'm
tired of this talking in code. What are we going back for? Who is telling us to go back? Like, any hint of something, because then it would pique my interest and I'd want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just keep saying the same thing over and over again, and I feel like
setting.
I would like to fast forward through it. I don't, because I'm hoping that you're going to give me that piece, but you're not. So just stop.
I'm just tired of the repetitiveness of the same conversation multiple times. It's Nina.
Over it.
Oh, and then Sonny and Victor met. We kind of talked about a little bit earlier that they were talking about how they're protecting Spencer.
Very nice.
He's away. I thought that was sweet.
I really hope that nothing super bad happens to him. He's only in there for a month. Can we keep him protected enough that he's not scarred for life like Michael was?
But didn't somebody mention to us recently that they recently mentioned that Cyrus was
still there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want bad stuff to happen.
Yeah. And then I think the only thing left is when Britt was questioning Cody if he's ever been questioned for murder before.
Yeah. That was an intense conversation that he avoided.
No, though.
But he kind of hesitated, and I was like, what? Are you serious? And then he was like, no, blah, blah, blah.
And then I like Maxie at least not spilling the beans, but at least being like, why are you saying such bad things about Mac? But then she actually kind of took it back when he was like, well, XYZ,
Exactly.
And she's like, oh, he's
being a jerk to you? Okay.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be mad.
And then Britt's like, haven't you ever been charged or whatever? And Maxie's like, they just never had the evidence. I thought that was Maxie.
Yep. I may have been a drug pusher, but they didn't have enough evidence to charge me with that.
Did she get in trouble for that?
She got in trouble with the hospital, but no charges were pressed with the police.
No.
Pays to have friends in high places.
I think that was it. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. We ended with what we already talked about. Trina went to see him. He was gone. And then the last clip of Friday was him in the jail cell. Mm-hmm. I like that it's that same jail cell. They just painted that red line across it to make it look different.
It matched his jumpsuit.
It did.
Yes.
It did. Thanks for the color coordination.
And there was a second bunk, so he's probably going to have a cellmate.
No.
Who's it going to be?
No. Just let him sit in there and do his book duty and sit in there, and the 30 days are up.
I just hope that we still see him.
Oh, I think we're going to see him.
I hope so. I hope Trina goes to visit.
Me too. And then they're going to do that glass thing where they put their hand up.
I know. I miss you.
I miss you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you sooner. If you had told me sooner, I wouldn't have been with Rory. I think now is when the truth's going to come out about Rory, though, because Spencer's not around to be a quote threat.
True.
I'm still sticking with there is a possibility that he could.
I wonder if Cyrus knows Rory and Spencer's going to confide in Cyrus and be like, well, I can't be with her anyway because she's moved on with this nice guy, Rory. And Cyrus is going to be like, he's not as nice as you think he is. And then Spencer is going to be even more like, I have to get out of here because I have to protect Trina.
Yes, again.
Yeah.
And this time I have to make sure to not wait.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I'd be okay with that. Okay, I'll let him have interaction with Cyrus if that's the level. But no bad stuff.
I just want him to see Cyrus because I like how much you get freaked out by Cyrus. It cracks me up.
I gave my boundaries. Please respect them. I just want conversations.
I just think it's funny that you're so creeped out by Jeff Kober.
He just plays that role too. Wow, man. Yeah, if we ever meet him or get to interview him, I'm going to be like, I love to hate you so much that I can't talk to you because you make me really mad. So Shannon's going to do this whole interview.
And I'm going to be like, so tell me more about your yoga and your meditations.
Right?
And your art.
And I'd be like, how do you do all that? And then turn around and act like such a psychotic murderer on TV. It's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have anything else.
Know how that really rolls into
reality check.
Although I guess it does, because it mirrors his real life is separate from the character that he plays.
Yes, that is very true. I don't know that I have anything this week for real. Like, I'm already moved on to
January.
Yeah, not January. I moved on to next week because next week is your birthday and Ryan's birthday.
Happy birthday, Ryan!
And it's open house at Madeline's schools, and it's like in person again.
You
It's
cannot
not
be
just
giving
whatever.
away next week's entire reality check right now. So you have to.
I'm not giving away. I'll tell you all the wonderful things. I'll talk about the fun party that I have for Ryan on next week's reality. How about that?
Okay, does he know about it?
There you go. It's not a surprise party. Do you think I'm that clever? Come on.
I don't know.
I haven't even met like most of his friends. I don't know how I'd throw together a surprise party. And it's not an important one. It's just finally catching up to me. He's been living that up this week. Every time someone asked us on Friday, we went out for drinks with a friend of mine that just moved back recently. And she said something about, how old are you now? And I said, 42. And he was like, or I said, we're 42. And he was like, no, I'm still 41. And I was like, shut up. You have like days. Kiss my butt. That is not true. So yeah, that was our exciting thing. We went and had drinks with a friend. Oh, I guess it was about Madeline. She got to cheer with the big girls at the high school game on Friday.
That's nice.
So that was really cute. So that was what we did Friday. And then Saturday she had a regular cheer game. So we went, or football game. I don't know why I call them cheer games. I just do. But football game for like her level. And that is really all that we did. Megan's nose appointment is now scheduled for next Friday. So that'll be the reality check. I'll let you know if she survives her surgery, how that all goes.
Oh,
but
dear.
yeah.
Okay.
So boring. I'm sorry.
I'm not much better. I forgot that I had a pretty busy, so I do a lot of networking. My professional moms network only meets during the school year because it was started by a mom. And that's why you don't have to be a mom to be in the professional moms network. Here's my cheap little plug. We're in multiple states. So you can just go find us online and see if there's a chapter near you, or if you want to open a chapter near you, you can do that too. Anyway, this week was our first meeting, and I just feel like I had a lot of things. Like, we had a closing, we had that, we brought on our first new team member.
That was very exciting.
So that was but I knew that it was happening.
Yeah.
But now I have to do this. I should probably see if she's available to learn how to do it. And then asking my business partner, have you already talked to her about this? So, I mean, she's just kind of she just had a baby like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So she's not really back yet, but I know that she's very much like me and
a workaholic.
It's a reason why we teamed up. But it's also been nice because she can talk to her more. So I'm like, have you ever gone over this, or do you want me to show her how to do it? So it's like I have to kind of take a step back as I'm doing stuff.
Right.
And then we had the shrimp boil.
That sounds like so much fun.
It was really, really, it was at we went to a different location. They have multiple ones. We typically go to one that's in downtown Pittsburgh, and we chose to go to one that was a little further away, but it was in like a wooden lodge, and it was nice. It was a totally different vibe, but it was fun. So yeah, just really. Oh, and we got the IEP scheduled for my daughter for the end of the month to see and get all that stuff squared away.
Good. So, I'm glad it's on the books.
Yep. But yeah, I'm not that exciting this week either.
One day we're going to shock you with how exciting our weeks are.
And my son is still doing well at school.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
No. But yeah, so join us on Thursday as we talk with fellow fan Miranda.
Have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platforms. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.